everyone. Hi, favored ones. Welcome to Soul Talk. Our guest for today is Sofia Delgado-Gulliver. And she's a newfound friend, friend I've met. He's the visionary founder of Kunwento. Kunwento is at the heart of a groundbreaking venture that merges ancestral databases with personal development. Her diverse background in advertising, video production, marketing, and fashion has guided her towards unlocking the mysteries of life and the transformative potential of the Akashic Records. So, this is truly a very interesting conversation that we're going to have with Sophia. So, let's all welcome Sophia. Hi,
Hey.
Sophia.
Hi, Michelle. It's great to meet you.
Yes, finally, I've met you now. And
Yeah.
I'm so interested to what Kunwento is all about. Perhaps you could share some things about it?
Yes. Thank you. Firstly, thank you for inviting me over here at your platform to talk more about Convento and and my soul journey, of course. Uh, so if we're gonna dive into Convento, Convento is actually yung goal ko doon was to make a holy tech platform for ancestral story databases. So it's it's more into tech rather than the service. Right now, we're doing the services to build the brand, to build the reputation. So it's a it's a it's if we're gonna talk, and then when we're gonna talk about the inspiration, it would be the Akashic Records, as you mentioned. Yung Akashic Records is the database, naging tech na naman yung
Oh,
uso ko. It's the library of all souls in the universe or beyond. So,
mhm,
plant man yan, or alien, if you believe in aliens.
mhm,
Uh, it's everything is in Akashic Records. So yung sa Kunwento naman, we want to be able to have the progression or records of every lifetime in this planet right now. So yun yung goal. That's the parallels between that. And yung it's very interesting kasi before I was really just curious about past lives
mhm.
and the evolution of or the maturity of the soul.
Yes.
I think that's where it really usually starts eh. Back in 2020, March 2020, right before the
Wow.
lockdown, like I had a conversation with my friend, and you were talking about, that's where I learned about the soul, the soul and how it matures
Mhm,
and how many lives it goes through. So I have a friend, she's very close to me. She's in Norway right now. Tapos she
mhm,
would say that sobrang pagod na niya. Sobrang pagod na niya. It's not she's not tired of her life. It's like she
mhm.
feels like she's been living for a long time. And I was like, huh. So we dived into that conversation. Uh, do you, I'm sure you also have views on
Yes. Oo.
the
On
soul
different
mature. Yeah,
soul, past lives,
yeah.
evolution
So
of the soul. Yes.
yeah, so parang you eventually sa life mo talaga, maiisip mo rin yun kasi there are things that are hindi mo alam kung bakit nakaka-trigger.
Ah,
Di
okay.
ba? Hindi
Yes.
mo alam
Mm-mm.
nakaka-trigger. So parang there are like some instances in my life as well na parang biglang, bakit to nakaka-trigger? Ba't parang pagod na ako?
Mm-mm.
And then eventually I met more friends who were more into spirituality and learned more about it there until
Mhm.
I had this fixation on the Akashic Records around late 2020 na. So parang yung nangyari doon was like really getting into the research and then getting getting certifications. Pero the thing is, inauna yung application before ako kumuha ng certification. So, meaning parang, I learned these things through, and then parang ako, sige, kuha na lang ako ng certification just so, so it's there.
Okay.
So,
Yes.
tapos parang review, nagiging recap siya afterwards. Yun yung currently nga, I've also, I know that you're in NLP, di ba? You're certified.
Yes.
Yun, recently yun, before working into things late, kasi naging busy this part of the year. Before that, I was self-studying through NLP. Nag-stop lang ako ngayon. For a short time lang. Pero kasi there are things that I put in Kunwento, like the Litework method, which is how I manifested my life, my desired life. So parang it's similar to NLP. So what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to review that entire, ang haba kasi nun eh, nung sa NLP.
Medyo nga, yes.
Mahaba
Madami nga nun.
So parang doon I invested into reviewing that this time, and then getting the certification later. So para to make study comparisons, kasi the best way to really do things is or practice things is to study parts of it, and then make your own study out of it after you get like a lot of insights from different people. So I'm trying to apply all of those into what we're doing in Kunwento, so it becomes a bespoke experience rather than something that you get from everybody now and then. So yun lang yun. Tapos yung ano namin, yung kasi sa Kunwento kasi kami, medyo iba yung target marketing namin and stuff like that. So we oddly cater to doctors, lawyers, and business people, and high profile people, surprisingly, over the course of a few months that we've been working. So it's very interesting what we go through in Kunwento, kasi usually you would think that it was a younger generation that would be interested in New Age, and then you suddenly see all of these the most mundane people that you could ever think of.
Okay. So this past few years has been really, it seems to be years, a period of study
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
Study and learning something new and then applying it into your work and services. So it's
Yes.
more of integrating the different learnings that you have done.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
Exactly.
And because of your tech background, tama ba yung pagkaano ko? Because of your may tech background ka, di ba, that you use?
Ang pinaka-tech background ko lang talaga is NFT. So what I use there, yung sa background na yun, is mostly the PR and marketing na ginagawa namin there. So the attack of marketing in NFT or in the blockchain is very different to how things are done here in our industry now. So pero there are some similarities that could work. So it's
So yung primary, yung pinaka-core of what you do is really the Akashic Records.
Yes.
And integrate it into the Litework method that you have mentioned. Perhaps yun, yung Litework method, that's something that you could also share. What is it exactly?
So the Litework method is a method where it's only in 10 steps, where you can convert your shadow work into light work. So it's basically rewiring how you affirm things in life, and realizing that what you say out there comes true. So when you speak a little mean to yourself, the world gets a little mean to you. So
Yes, that's true.
Totoo. And like bit by bit, bit by bit there, and each 10 steps is really realizing how you talk to yourself and how you empower yourself. So, and it eventually filters everything that you don't want or you want in your life. Yun yung basic method nun. So, para siyang light work method, light work, shadow work, light work, manifestation na pinasok sa 10 steps na yon on attracting the life that you desire. And before, I wasn't very confident on being in something in this industry, mostly because I would always say I'm not a practitioner, even if I did know how to read cards, read charts. I couldn't say that I was a practitioner, mostly because I can't practice with my cup is when my cup is half empty, half full, half full. So mahirap yung magbibigay ka tapos mauubos ka all the time. And I think we have to admit it happens to all practitioners when they're starting out. And then there's also the parallels of people who are in startups where hilaw pa sila tapos nauubos na sila. So I didn't want to be in that stage. I think this year ko lang pinursue na I am practicing. I am practicing now.
Oo, mabilis yung journey mo, no? If it's just started this 2020, it's really accelerated. I
Yeah.
suppose the pandemic also accelerated it, no?
Yeah, the pandemic definitely accelerated it. And at the same time, it was good to be able to earn it first and keep the information to myself, learn it, savor it before ako sumugod. Before ako sumugod. So I had to go through different paths first. I have to go to different paths first before getting here. So parang yung mga, I think pumasok ako sa volatile na market, which is blockchain. So parang mostly hindi lang yung mundane efforts mo yun nandun eh. There's luck rin eh. Yung luck rin. And then pumasok rin ako ng real estate. Tapos yun rin, most people there are so superstitious.
Yes.
Diba?
I can just imagine, yes, of course.
So parang very big sila on law of attraction. Very big sila on manifestation.
Yes.
So having those different views, having those different experiences was something that I really took and integrated to what we have right now at Kunwento.
So that's why yung market ng Kunwento, it's quite different. It's also because of your own personal journey.
So kaya parang iba yung target market namin. I was telling everybody who I'm working with at the team. You know, this is yung nakukuha natin sa Kunwento, puro mga professionals na ini-aim ko while I was in real estate.
Then that means in alignment.
Oo, yun pala, I was manifesting it in a different way. I was putting my manifestation in parang nagsugal ako sa ibang platform na dapat doon pala sa kabila. Nagkamali ako ng sugal sa umpisa. Pero that's what we do. We live, we learn, charge to experience.
We explore and then we learn.
Explore. Yeah. And then surprisingly, I got what I want here. I got what I want here. And on being able to connect with the target market, that we wanted to have. And yun nga, yung parang sila yung returning clients namin. So It's just fun. It's just funny that yung minsan you get so invested in the results into one thing, and then it turns out it's not rejection, it's a redirection towards a different place
Oo,
or a
yes.
different
Most of
industry.
the time, ganun naman talaga.
Mm-mm.
So, Kunwento is a team of people. Is
Yes.
part of
Yes.
the who are offering different services
Yes.
or that's
Yes.
related to light work.
Yes. Kasi I didn't want to be the jack of all trades. I didn't want it. I didn't want it
Yeah,
that
because
way.
originally I thought it's all you. So,
No.
hindi pala, you're a team.
We're a team. I partnered with the best people that I can work with, and I have worked with in different aspects. So like there's kunyari yung sa astrology, I hooked in the best astrologer that I know in this country. And then yung sa access bars, I got a friend who nakaka-work ko na siya sa ibang ventures namin in marketing, gano'n. So, parang do'n ko siya yung I think the very core of really building a team is like if you work with them
Yes.
a long time na.
Oo. And you know them na talaga.
Yes. Yes, na parang yes, there's a like, mishaps with all of these people having all of these experiences, may it be negative or positive. But those experiences kasi are learned throughout life. If we're going to judge them for what they did before, is not really what reflects on how they change today. Di ba?
Actually, I've read in one of the write-ups that I've seen in your site. Parang Kunwento empowers individuals to become the authors of their own narratives, breaking free
Yes.
from ancestral cycles that influence their lives. And it is a place where the wisdom of the past converge with future aspirations. And hearing your story, it seems like this is also your own personal story as well. This
Mm-hmm.
is your story of discovering your own self, growing your own self then, and self-empowerment. So,
Yes.
what you have gone through in this past few years, you're offering it to your clients as well, to the clients of Kunwento. And that's
Yes.
beautiful. Ang
Thank you very
bilis.
much. Yes, thank you
Ang
very
bilis
much.
ng transformation.
Oo, yung when we talk to Lightwork clients niya, parang on a span of few weeks pa lang, parang iba yung para silang nag-iibang tao. Para silang nag-iibang tao. It's because they change the way they're talking to themselves. They change the way they're talking to themselves. They realize that, oh, this is a self-limiting belief, you
Mm-mm.
know. And is this my, like in access bars naman, diba? Is this my voice? Is this me who's talking, or is this another person? Is this an influence that's being projected towards me? Diba? It's being able to be so self-aware and knowing who you are today compared to the past. At the same time naman kasi I'm not saying that we have to leave the past, but it's how can we do things differently, really.
Yes. Oo. Pero, sige, from Kunwento, how did it lead you to brainstorm or to think about Soul Glow?
So yung kay Soul Glow, yun nangyari kasi alam ko yung target market namin with Convento is so different, and it's in perspective, in a marketing and branding perspective, I cannot force my brand to move in certain ways. But I could make a community, a sub community
Mm-mm.
where we can we can have all of these every soul there interact in the most mediated manner mediated manner with 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 sharing insights and in different, diba, old and new, like new souls and old and younger. Kasi diba, I'm sure there are like 21-year-olds or younger who have awakened, and I can tap that with Kunwento. So if it's SoulGlow, that's more possible. Kasi, and at the same time, I can connect the these new young souls or new young people to other practitioners as well. Kasi with SoulGlow, since it's an event, there are vendors, there are sponsors who have different target markets. Going to events, I've never seen anybody else as competitors with practitioners, solely because you will attract who you are attracting.
Yes, that's true.
Diba? Diba? And at iba ang way of attraction of clients here.
Yes.
So it's a beautiful way to put everybody together and have these different experiences. Kasi sa akin kasi parang si Kunwento is like too mature. Too mature. If you're gonna compare alcohol, like our clientele likes to drink wine. We can't handle the beer, the cocktails, everything else. And everybody else is interested in cocktails and beers and other stuff. So parang ganun lang yun. And the only way to do it is to make an entire expo.
I
Diba?
see.
So parang ganun din yung comparison, nun.
Mm-mm.
So, and eventually, they might mature and head over to
Yes.
Kunwento.
So that's the heart of SoulGlow Society. It's really
Yes.
to gather different people of different spiritual practices and all that.
Yes.
Basta aligned
Yes.
naman to the light, diba?
Yes. Tapos lahat naman tayo nag-avail of each other's services anyway.
Mm-mm. Yes.
So,
But it's
yun yung
interesting that your market for SoulGlow are the really young ones, like nasa mga early 20s.
Yun nga kasi na-realize ko kasi una, I was marketing in the bracket of 25, 26 towards to 55.
Mhm.
And then parang sinabi namin na parang, wait, there's an entire new batch of people here who are so into new age.
Mm-mm.
And all we have to do is just create them, integrate them, and then gather everything and then let it, blow up. So, yun yung yun yung goal namin with SoulGlow, is to let the old and new souls meet together as well.
And it's very interesting that you're integrating a lot of marketing and business practices into this work. How would you how would you how would you explain? Hindi naman explain, but how would you how do you feel comfortable about it? Because I also know other traditional na people who pag spiritual work, gusto nila pure spiritual. It's really just giving without commercializing it. But here, it seems like it's neutral. Parang neutral
Yeah,
lang,
it's neutral.
diba?
You have
Mm-mm.
to, you know what grounded being means, right?
Mm-mm.
Grounded being means being able to take what's in the real world and in the spiritual world. So
Mm-mm.
that's the main thing of it. It's like being able to face the reality of what there is in the mundane world. If we're not gonna use, if the business marketing ads was made as a tool for us to use, they're blessings. They're considered blessings. If you're gonna talk about the Akashic Records, who si Isaac Newton, he got the idea of gravity from the Akashic Records. Kasi hulog yung apple sa ulo, labas. 𝗏𝗏 was the same, 'di ba?
Mhm.
Einstein is a very spiritual person. So, if we're going to ignore the aspects of what the mundane world has to give, then are we really being appreciative of what's being given to us? We have to use all of the tools that we can. These tools are blessings. If we say, "Oh, we can't do business because we're in we're doing spirituality," then how are we gonna help ourselves? How do we elevate what we have? How do we get to the next level? How do we evolve? Right? So the reason why we're integrating what we know from the mundane world to the spirit, here what we have in our new age industry is because it's simply inevitable to go through that path.
Mhm.
And alam mo yun, would we rather have the actual business moguls to get here? Or would you rather have us get there? Right? So, kasi 'di ba, iba yung idea na iba. And parang pag-iisipin mo naman, people like Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins 'yan, 'di ba? Parang it's a very spiritual experience, pero it's also a business experience. And you can't say that
Yes.
he doesn't help anybody,
Yes. That's
'di
true.
ba? So I think yan obvious yung mga influences ko. Pero
But it's really good because this is really accepting all aspects of yourself and just bringing it all together. So
yes,
there's really no judgment. Everything is just normal and neutral for you.
yes.
So this is a very refreshing point of view as well because it's not so often that I would talk to, people from the younger set and I could feel that you're such a young soul as well or young at
No,
heart.
young at heart. I don't think like a young soul exactly, but being able to actually see the different perspectives.
Mm-mm.
Yung nangyari kasi is like I started looking at different perspectives, questioning why they think that way and stuff
Yes.
like that. And without actually without actually feeling without actually feeling. Kasi when you're an empath, 'di ba, parang yung nangyayari is when you're gonna think about something or somebody else, i-feel mo rin.
At least marunong ka mag-detach. That's
Oo,
good.
Aquarius ako. Aquarius ako. Diba, Aquarius yung pinaka-sun ko. So, sobrang detached ko at that aspect na. Na. So, parang, it was really a learning experience talaga. It's really a learning experience and being able to apply that. And, parang, recently, parang, okay, no hard feelings. This is my boundary. All right. This is your boundary.
Yes. Oo.
Ganun na. I think that's why I got so grounded also with like the application of the Litework method every day in my life is pretty effective with the grounding and being able to see through perspectives and hearing your own voice and empowering yourself.
Oo. So it's really about your own personal truth as well and come
Yes.
face to face it with it and accept it for what
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, and if it's like the reality that you cannot control, but the reality that you can also ride the wave with,
Mm-mm.
diba? So like really taking in things rin na into perspective na okay, how can I deal with this in a different way and ride it through, you know? So yun rin talaga.
Oo. Pero really, nakaka-amaze that you were able to your own personal transformation. You are able to share it to others, and you're finding also other ways on how to reach out to the other markets that malayo pa sa'yo. This is
Oo.
this is very refreshing conversation that I'm
Yeah.
having right now.
Oh, thank
And
you.
kasi it's not often that I would talk to spiritual practitioners who are also into business. Mm, kasi
Oh, parang
even
sobrang
kasi
I love talking about business. I would like do elevator pitches for like 30 seconds and stuff like that. Sobrang gustong-gusto ko siya.
although in my own personal experience, kasi I also came from finance and I also teach business. So,
Mm.
familiar naman ako doon. So,
Oo.
but now I wasn't expecting you to be talking about it. So, parang, oh, this is very refreshing.
That's great.
Mm. But sige, to end our conversation, perhaps kasi Soul Glow will be held on the 18th. Perhaps you could invite people to also join us there. Kasi ako rin, I'll be one of the vendors in the event. So I'll be seeing you personally
Yes.
in CommonGround. So perhaps you could share or you could invite um the listeners to drop by. Kasi one day event lang naman to eh.
Yeah. So, yes, Soul Glow is where meets spirituality and neon lights the soul. Yun ba yun? can't, I can't remember the stuff that I've written, but on November 18, 2023, Soulglow will be happening in Rockwell, 8 Rockwell at CommonGround, which is at the 21st floor, top floor ng 8 Rockwell, which is at Makati City. Drop by and get your tickets. We have four different tickets. So there's the starter pass, the Soul Glow passport, the light pass, and the Lightwork journey pass. So all different passes have different types of experiences. If you just want to enter, you can go for the starter one. But when you go for the passport ones, yung mga like it's like going through a soul journey because they put stamps on your passport at every experience that you get from each of the sponsors. And then yung mga light passes, they have access to the lectures, and then yung light journey pass has access to the workshops. And then besides that, may mga sessions from Kunwento na pwedeng i-offer from the Lightwork journey pass. So we also have a loot bag with it. So merong mga stickers, it's a nice canvas tote bag with the eye there, our evil eye logo, and there's also a tumbler. There's also a notebook to support your journey and the pen to support your journey. And many other things pag tinopak ako. Manganganak na naman yan.
Grabe, ang galing. Ang galing ng I love the different kinds of passes or the tickets that everyone could avail depending on their own personal needs. So
Yes,
this is
exactly.
really, really amazing. And of course, thank you for your time and thank you for sharing your story with us. I
Thank
really
you for
appreciate
inviting us
this.
here.
I'm looking forward to see you. And of course, for the favored ones, I hope that you have gained some insight and some learnings from the stories that Sofia shared with us. And like her, I hope every one of us would have the courage to transform and do something about what we have learned about everything on earth. Thank you so much and God bless.
God bless. Thank you.